Hello, everybody. If you're watching, it's been a while since I've made a video. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't felt very inspired to. I just don't think the videos have been really doing much for people. So I haven't really been inspired to make one. I have continued my Bible studies. I have, a few more pages of Psalms left, and I was on Psalm 142 today and thought this would be a good one to do a video on. So this is Psalm 142, a maskil of David when he was in the cave, a prayer. And I'm pretty sure I pronounced maskil wrong, so I apologize if I did. And of course, the landscapers are at the apartment complex as soon as I turn on this video. But hey, it's okay. Okay. I cry aloud to the Lord. I plead aloud to the Lord for mercy. I pour out my complaint before him. I reveal my trouble to him. Although my spirit is weak within me, you know my way. So my commentary was saying David displays his great need for God in the midst of his desperate circumstances. And this was my note right here, just saying always confide in God during trouble. My commentary had something more to say that I couldn't fit, but I did want to read it for you guys. It says, if you have wrongly assumed that all prayer should be dignified and employ only theological jargon in your petitions to God, you have not understood prayer rightly. Let David be your model. He approaches God honestly, pleading emotionally for deliverance. As a troubled child depends on his or her daddy, go to your heavenly Father in your turmoil and open your heart to him. And that's something I've always appreciated about David's prayers. He's not afraid to ask for what he needs. And that's kind of why I liked this psalm and wanted to do a video on it, because I've been struggling to feel worthy to ask God for another favor, because I prayed for the last job he gave me and my anxiety messed it up and I blew the opportunity. I counted myself out before I even gave myself a chance. And now I don't feel worthy to ask God to help again with finding another job that'll be great for me. But this is a good reminder, because David wasn't perfect. David made mistakes, but he still could go to God under any circumstance. So sorry, got off track there. Along this path I travel, they have hidden a trap for me. Look to the right and see. No one stands up for me. There is no refuge for me. No one cares about me. So whether David was actually alone or not, I'm not sure. I think I remember people being in the cave with him at that time. Maybe they weren't. I'd have to go back and read. But my commentary was saying David felt alone and needed a refuge only God could provide. And it did have some more to say about that. Let me look. Yeah, it says, whether David was actually alone, he certainly felt alone. He mourns. No one stands up for me. No one cares about me. That's why he fell on his knees before the Lord. David needed a refuge that only God could provide. Even when you have fellow believers standing by you, no one has the wisdom and power to care for you like God does. So that is what my commentary said for that. And if anyone is curious what I'm reading from, it's the Tony Evans Bible commentary. All right, let's move on. I cry to you, Lord. I say, you are my shelter, my portion in the land of the living. Listen to my cry, for I am very weak. Rescue me from those who pursue me, for they are too strong for me. Free me from prison so that I can praise your name. The righteous will gather around me because you deal generously with me. So my commentary here was saying, for this little section right here, 5-7, David pleads with God because he was weak and the enemies he was dealing with were too strong. And as you guys know, it's important to go to God for these things, because if you're too weak and your enemies are too strong, God is stronger. And here we see that David longs for deliverance in part for another reason to worship God. And then the commentary did have more to say, but I don't write everything down. Okay. Yeah, here we go. As a result of David praising and having another reason to praise, the righteous would gather around him. Through divine intervention, then the man who was alone would be alone no longer. So this is what my commentary had to say about Psalm 142. Again, I found it pretty inspiring because I'm having trouble being like this in my prayers to God. So this is a good reminder. Like the commentary said, David is a great example of how to pray to God. If you look at all of his Psalms, he's just pouring his heart out. And that's how we should all strive to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this Bible study, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and God bless.